What's happening, YouTube? The True 17. I'm doing a video response to Infestacide subscription contest. First off, man, good idea for the little contest. I think it's cool. Get a lot of people on here, tell a little bit more about themselves, more than just talking about cards all the time, showing their cards. Get to know somebody on here. So, first off, my name is Chad. I'm 27 years old and from Los Angeles, California. I'm a high school varsity pitching coach at Harvard Westlake High School here in California, and been doing that. This is my third year coaching now. Second year at this school. I actually got a chance to coach at Chatsworth High School 2 years ago. Coached a couple guys that were first round picks, Mike Moustakis, Matt Dominguez. Definitely collect their cards. And I also coach this team here. This is the SoCal Rats. That's a 14 and under youth ball team, travel ball team, and we're ranked number one in California. Some young ballers on that team, I'll tell you right now. And they're all filtering into the high school, so planning for the future. And I also give private instruction, baseball instruction, hitting, fielding, pitching, all that whole deal. And just got hired on recently to help represent a company called Jaeger Sports. Very well known in the major leagues, minor leagues, and college ball for building arm strength for pitchers and position players. You might have heard of things called J-bands, those little bands you hook on the fence, and athletic bands you work out with, but they invented those things. So when did I start collecting? I started collecting when I was about 9 years old. I remember the first time I went to a card shop. Dad took me in there, and I think we just bought, that first day we bought like box complete sets. I do remember we bought like a box set of 89 Upper Deck, like 1990 Upper Deck, and some 88, 89 tops, something like that. And we opened some packs. He bought me some packs of 1990 Leaf. And I remember pulling out Frank Thomas's rookie card. Didn't even know who he was at the time, but I do remember that it was like the most expensive card in the set. It was like $10 at the time. And I was all pumped. And from then on, man, I just started looking for Frank Thomas all the time on TV. So takes me in the next. That's who I collect, man. That's my boy, Frank Thomas. When I was a kid growing up, he was my hero. The Big Hurt back in the mid-90s, just putting up all kinds of crazy numbers. Gotta mention, never been involved with Balco, steroid investigation, nothing. Completely legit. Surefire Hall of Famer. So I collect him. I collect pitchers. Funny story, I pitched in the minor leagues for a couple years. My dad was a big league pitcher, but I never wanted to pitch myself growing up, man. It's just like, you're the son of a big league pitcher. Everybody thinks you should be a pitcher. They all want to put you on the mound, and I just didn't want to do it. So I was an outfielder for 20 years. Well, that's a little too many. Sorry. Like, I'd say 12 years. From the time I was 10 to I was about 22. Busted my arm. Got some scars here. You probably can't even see them, but busted my arm my sophomore year in college. And they told me if you want to play pro ball, you got to become a pitcher. So that's how I ended up doing that, and ended up liking being a pitcher, man. So now I'm a pitching coach. I collect all the pitchers in the big leagues now, all the big-time star pitchers, and all the Hall of Fame pitchers. Really like Nolan Ryan, Steve Carlton, Tom Seaver, Randy Johnson, just all the big-time greats. My favorite thing about the hobby, well, I stopped. The thing about that, when I was younger, it was all about collecting of my favorite guys and cards that I thought looked cool, and it was cheap back then, man. You could buy packs for like $1.50, $2 at the most, and get a whole box for like $30 and get some nice cards. And then I went to high school and just stopped collecting for a while, and then about 2 years ago, I started watching YouTube, seeing people opening boxes, all this new high-end stuff. They're pulling out patches and crazy autographs out of every pack, and I bought a couple boxes myself of some 2003 Leaf Limited, and pulled some really really amazing stuff out of there, and I was just hooked again. So my favorite thing about the hobby is I really like the new stuff, man. The crazy patches on the cards, all the game use stuff. It's something I would have never thought about when I was a kid to be on a card. But mostly, this whole YouTube deal, like I forgot until 2 months ago that they were called trading cards. I've been on here doing trades, talking to people. You meet some cool people on the tube, want to show off their collections. It's cool to see what everybody else collects. So I think my absolute favorite thing now, though, has become, meeting people on here, trading with kids, trading with youngsters, trying to hook them up with nice cards. Because I remember being a kid, and you get a $5 card and you're pumped up. So, like hooking up the kids, just like the whole deal on here, meeting people, man. And I can tell you what I don't like about the hobby, though. It's going back to the kids, man. The kids can't afford it, and it's kind of getting sad. I wish they'd do something about that. The stuff is getting so expensive. The kids can't buy nothing anymore. They got like one brand. You can go buy Tops, and that's about it. So I wish they would fix that about the hobby. I wish they'd maybe pull back on not so many. Make those game used and those autos a little harder to find. Bring the price down of the packs a little bit. Let everybody else get involved instead of just the guys with the big wallets. So that's all I got. Thanks for the contest, man. It's cool, and appreciate it. All y'all on YouTube, keep collecting, keep this hobby rolling, and keep all your vids going, man. It's fun to watch everybody else's vids. I enjoy it, and we'll talk to you guys soon.